WOW has been a part of global cleanup efforts all the way from the Amazon rainforest to the Himalaya mountains and now to Topeka, and everyone is doing their part to help out. So is there a black bear currently roaming around Shawnee County? Not likely. But let's take a look at the current range of the North American black bear, ranging as far west as Alaska, as far east as northern Canada, and as far south as Miami. I guess black bears love South Beach. But if you take a look right here at Kansas, no outlining. The closest place where you will find a black bear full-time is in between Missouri and Arkansas.
John, less than a week ago, the Trump administration sent over 1,300 notices of termination to employees here at the CDC. After the New York Times reported on it just a day later, the federal government is now trying to correct their mistake, taking back about 700 of those notices, according to a union representative of CDC employees.
From Corpus Christi and now to Topeka, Whataburger today opening its first location in the capital city. And folks started lining up as early as 6 a.m. to get a bite of what Patrick Mahomes says is his favorite fast food. For the 45th anniversary, like every other year, community members came here to this high school baseball stadium in Rossville to raise over $63,000 for a good cause. And of course, play some ball. This might seem like a problem that you or I or a fourth grader could solve. But unfortunately in Topeka, only 18% of fourth graders are at or above their math proficiency standards. And the school district is trying to do something about it. And her name is Kim Sutton. The new law enforcement center can house up to 120 inmates, more than 3 times the amount able to be held at their previous center. It also features a completely storm-safe dispatch center, completely bulletproof sheetrock, and the sheriff says that it is a $23 million investment into the future of Osage County. This is Val, short for Valor. She's the North American black bear at the Topeka Zoo, and recent photos online have people wondering, what are the odds of seeing something as big as her, or even her cub, in northeast Kansas? This year, the bandit run started in Lincoln, Nebraska, but of course they had to stop here in Topeka. Why? For one big reason. Hear ye, hear ye. The first annual Topeka Renaissance Festival is almost upon us next weekend, and we are here at the Topeka Public Library, giving fairgoers a taste of all the magic that's to come. They say pigs can't fly, but with the price increases to beef, people are looking for alternatives, meaning items like these here pork chops have been flying off the shelf. All right, let's see what the hype is all about. I'm from California. I've never tried a Whataburger before. Let's see if it's that good. It's that good. Jeff Crank tonight defeating Dave Williams to become the Republican nominee. This is a race that has garnered not only local attention, but national attention. Thrasher has donated nearly $85,000 worth of work into this almost 70-year-old church to make sure that the children and the churchgoers have only the best facilities. Very fun day at the 4-H Horse Show, all in preparation for the Shawnee County Fair next weekend right here at the Stormont Vale Event Center. Anything you want to add, Cowboy? Okay, he's about to eat the microphone. Also of note, after speaking to us last week, Senator Cindy Holscher, who was the first to throw her hat in the ring among Democrats, is officially hosting a campaign community kickoff in Lenexa this coming Wednesday, and she'll be joined by former Lieutenant Governor Lynn Rogers. In just one block between 15th and 16th Avenue, we're going to find out how and why Cuban culture became so significant right here in Miami. Today, State Senator Ethan Corson announced he will be running for Kansas governor in 2026, officially kicking off his campaign today. Corson announced his candidacy today, emphasizing his bipartisan reputation in the Senate and his legislative work on multiple tax cuts. Fighting in the Cuban War of Independence against Spain, he's considered a war hero. David, when running for state Senate, Senator Ethan Corson faced zero opposition from within his own party. Today, I asked him, how will he handle the competition, especially now that there is a third name for Democrats to consider? 2 cafecitos, 2 croquetas, and 2 hungry people ready to try some good Cuban eats.
Photos from a person living near Lake Shawnee showed what appeared to be a black bear cub in the area. Take a look. Wildlife experts suggest differently, but could we see bears around here? 13's Jake Baum went to investigate further today.
This is Val, short for Valor. She's the North American black bear at the Topeka Zoo, and recent photos online have people wondering, what are the odds of seeing something as big as her, or even her cub, in northeast Kansas? This picture was taken by a Shawnee Heights resident this past Saturday in their driveway and quickly gained attention throughout northeast Kansas. Google Images told them it was likely a black bear. But what are the odds of that
We asked the zoo's bear expert. He said, quote, almost zero.
I'm leaning more towards coyote. You know, I can see more, understandably, by the Colorado border or something like that, but I would say absolutely not.
Black bears, for example, will be significantly larger. Even the cub would be significantly larger than that photograph. They can be up to several 100 pounds.
In fact, Matt Peak, a wildlife biologist with the Kansas Wildlife and Parks Department, after reviewing the photo, said, quote, this is a raccoon. He went on to say it was possibly sick, but the picture was inconclusive.
So is there a black bear currently roaming around Shawnee County? Not likely. But let's take a look at the current range of the North American black bear, ranging as far west as Alaska, as far east as northern Canada, and as far south as Miami. I guess black bears love South Beach. But if you take a look right here at Kansas, no outlining. The closest place where you will find a black bear full-time is in between Missouri and Arkansas.
But could it happen? No.
We don't have black bears.
The last confirmed sighting of a black bear in Kansas was in 2021.
And even that was in southern Kansas.
You are not going to have to worry about that in this area.
Rest assured. In Topeka, for barely any longer, Jake Baum, 13 News.
And that is because Jake's internship with us wraps up today. He's headed back to school in Miami. The Department of Wildlife and Parks, by the way, says you can use the official portal on their website to report potential wildlife sightings.
No, it's summer. Local teachers are still hard at work today. Topeka teachers got a visit from a math professional trying to influence improvement in the way that math is taught. 13's Jake Baum took a trip to Bishop Professional Development Center to find out why.
This might seem like a problem that you or I or a fourth grader could solve. But unfortunately in Topeka, only 18% of fourth graders are at or above their math proficiency standards. And the school district is trying to do something about it. And her name is Kim Sutton.
Watch it become a circle.
After starting as a California math teacher, she's now traveled from China to Egypt and now to Topeka to try and put the fun in fundamentals.
I love math, and I think for a lot of people, if it wasn't taught to you well, you don't like the subject area. There's a list of 4-letter words that I use that help motivate human beings. Game, dice, food, race, and song.
She's here to address a serious issue. Both testing scores and focus levels have not been back to their pre-COVID levels.
So many children missed out on so many foundational skills.
Topeka Public Schools have a 21% proficiency in math. Compare that to the Kansas average of 32%, which is still significantly below the national average of 39%. Kim Sutton wants to change the way that teachers think so that they can positively influence the way that students learn. As the district's math specialists walk me through some of the problems that fourth graders may be struggling with, I learned that it's more about repetition than just the initial understanding.
I want them to understand what it is, but I also need to get it so they're automatic with that fact. Create lifelong learners. That's the ultimate goal of education.
Her engaging math techniques are easy to grasp and fun for students, and helpful for the teachers as well.
She's got a lot of things with dice that kind of gamifies fact fluency and different things. And, you know, anytime you use dice, kids think that's a game.
Her activities are so engaging. It's fantastic that we can mix it up all the time and still keep the kids learning.
She sparks curiosity. I'm sitting in there going, I want to go back to teaching. I love that. I want to try that.
This is not her first time in Topeka, and if 1 + 1 = 2, it won't be your last.
I love the energy from the teachers. I think you have a phenomenal system here, and I'm very, very pleased that I've been invited.
She may just be the solution. In Topeka, Jake Baum, 13 News.
Ms. Sutton says kiddos need 10 to 15 minutes daily, especially in the summer, of fact fluency to retain their critical thinking abilities.